Hello, beloved ones. Welcome to Awakening Confidence Talk Show. I am 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐬𝐬, the embodiment queen and soul liberator. And today the topic is, are you worthy your commitment? Or are you implicitly telling yourself that you are not worthy your commitment? And I'm just here to remind you that we are going through the times of change, like we're experiencing, wow, tremendous shifts. If you're present, you might be experiencing some things that demands your body to rest. Like in the past 2 weeks, I was not well for a week, and I was just like coming out of it, and I was excited. And before I knew it, I was back again. And a lot of people are experiencing different physical things. And it's rightfully so. It's kind of like the universe is pushing out a lot of things that do not deserve to be here in this new earth. And we are going through some purification, some detox, and our body it's just demanding that we rest, we listen to it, we integrate. Because before I can jump into the topic of your commitment to yourself, I just want to talk about that. If you are present enough, you are aware of some things that it's not about being positive, isn't like the mind being positive. It's about being present, listening to life, listening to your body, listening to the guidance that is coming through, paying attention to the aspects of yours that you didn't pay attention to. Because I feel we're going through a period where we are giving birth to the new us. Because literally, in this past week, when I say I was not well, I went through labor. Like when I say labor, I mean labor. Mind you, I cannot confuse the labor pains because I've got 3 children, but I felt it where my waist was completely, oh my God, I was in so much pain, my womb and all that, and I had to sit with myself for probably more than 20 hours. Eating and everything was not even my interest. I was just going through like full on labor pains, and the symptoms that I just had, they were just showing me that I'm going through a purification and an integration of something, even the headache, and I was just laughing at myself because one of the things that I do when I'm working with people are knowing the powerful of the frequencies that we are channeling when we're doing the healing. It's just that it's very important that we stay hydrated, and I cannot emphasize that. Stay hydrated, drink lots of water, drink lots of liquids, because your body is going through, whether you are aware of it or not, your body needs your love now more than ever. It needs your presence. It needs you to feed it some soul nourishing food, not just any junk that is passing by because there is something that you want to suppress. It requires of you to stay present with you, to listen to your body. It is quite interesting speaking about that because in one of my meditation before I started going through this process, I was meditating, and the question that I remember was coming through was, if you are a master of your journey, what would you feed your body? What would you feed your body? What kind of I brought in some exercises like those movement. What is it that I'll do to give myself that love, to give my body that love, to to give it what it needs, training wise and all that? Because we have this illusion of self-love that we talk about a lot, where you can just say, I love myself. I love myself as I am. And after saying that, what does that mean? It's an excuse to not do some physical training. and you just love yourself like that. But if you really love yourself, what is it that your body is asking of you? What kind of movement does your body ask of you? What kind of food does your body crave? Instead of just feeding it everything, because I've been eating something for 15 years. And yeah, it's interesting enough. That's how the conversation started. But the point that I wanted to make across is that we're going through some shifts. We're going through some tremendous changes, And if you are the kind of person who has always and is still perceiving these times of change and uncertainty as a threat to your life, as a threat to the life that you have created, whatever that you have put together, and whatever that you call life. If you perceive uncertainties as a threat, I'm telling you, you're gonna go through situations where you keep on repeating the same thing over and over again, because the universe is asking of you to let go. The universe is asking for you to trust it. Pay attention, commit to yourself, trust life, trust the divinity, listen to life. And if you choose to embrace what is, then you're gonna embrace and live in the frequencies of desire, of evolution, of curiosity. And that's the orgasmic bliss, joy, you name it, that I talk about, because when we're going through, I just feel like life is about giving birth, making love, really. And before we can give birth to something that we treasure, to something that we've long asked for something that we really want, we get to go through that when we give him birth. Like I was giving you an example that I was literally experiencing some labor pains, and I did not judge that, or I was not afraid of it, even though it was not comfortable. But I sat with it and awaiting this precious baby that is yet to be born through me. So where are you at with you? Let's now get to today's topic about committing to yourself. Because as I mentioned, that when you talk about commitment is raising your hand. I love raising my hand. I love making a declaration. I love the commitment that you get to make in life, to say, I'm gonna stand up for me when it comes to my joy, when it comes to pleasure, when it comes to my freedom, when it comes to experiencing bliss, when it comes to unleashing my potential. I am not willing to sit and just watch by while life is passing by, but I'm gonna stand on myself and figure it out. No matter what is happening in my life, I'm gonna figure out how I can live a life of freedom, how I can embrace more pleasure, more joy into my life, how I can expand to be more, because at times you realize that even when I talk about the purification that we're going through, it's just your body expanding so that you can have the capacity to receive that which you are calling forth. At times it can even be the capacity to understand the deeper meaning that whatever your challenges, whatever that you're going through is bringing forth. Because at times you go through things, and as much as you see what is happening, that it's happening, whether you like it or not, it's happening. Life is moving on. Change is here, and you cannot push it away. It's the water that comes with that force to say we are ready to open up the floor, and we are pushing out anything and everything that is not for your highest and greatest good. We are pushing out all those emotions that we have suppressed for a long time. We are pushing out all those pain that you just pushed away because you do not want to face it, you do not want to process it. And as the universe, I'm choosing to come through and let you see it for what it is, so that I can give you a higher perception of what is really happening, and you stop perceiving it from the limited perception that you had about life happening to you. Are you willing to open up so that you can let it all pass through you? Because it's not here to stay. It was just here to make its presence known. There was something that was coming through for you to learn. Are you willing to be with that aspect? Are you willing to be with that inner child who has been told for many years that you are not worth listening to, who has been told it's not okay for you to speak for yourself, you are too much, you just keep quiet, who has been afraid of expressing herself because she's afraid she will be judged. She's afraid she's going to be silenced. And now she's coming through to say, are you willing to create time and be with me and listen to me? And if you are so attached to the whole illusion of positivity, if you are so attached to the holy, you are busy denying that aspect of yourself that is longing for your love, that is longing for your commitment, that is longing to be seen by you. We are going through the process where we cannot ignore and deny who we are anymore. We cannot turn our back to the inner children like they did. We cannot ignore their magnificence. We cannot ignore the message, the vision that our inner children knew they came to share and give birth to. And whatever that you're going through, no matter how painful it is, no matter what they have said, what they have done, what you have experienced, if your commitment is to the pain and what they did, what you are basically doing is doing what they did to you, because you are so attached to the problem, not the solution. You are so attached to the pain and defining it instead of being present with love, to receive the love and give the love to an aspect of yourself that is longing for that. Just the hug, the presence. I'm going to listen. I hear you. I see you. I feel you. And you are busy chasing an idea of being spiritual. You are busy chasing an idea of self-love that you cannot even feel. You are busy chasing an idea of being positive at the expense of yourself. Because if you cannot commit to yourself, if you cannot even start something and complete it, what you are implicitly telling yourself is that you do not matter. My time is so precious for you. I would rather spend my time chasing wanting to belong, chasing wanting to be perceived as strong, but I am not strong enough to pay attention to the aspects of mine that are vulnerable. I'm not strong enough to pay attention and sit with aspects of myself that feels broken. And what we don't realize is that while we are busy chasing the perfection aspects of us, we are just busy following what has been done to us and saying that we are not the parts of us that have been deemed as not enough to be visible, not enough to be seen, heard, not enough to be listened to. You still continue to tell yourself that they are still not enough to you. And what is the worst thing to do to betray yourself? And I want to talk about you and your reputation, because what we do is that when we continue not being able to take time and be with us, to commit to ourselves, to commit to projects and complete them, and we keep on saying, this is just how I am, that's just who I am, what you are continuing to say and do is to disrespect yourself. What you are continuing to do is to say, my reputation to myself is not important. And the question is, if you cannot commit to you, who should commit to you? Because you are continuously telling yourself that you are not worthy your time, you are not worth your money, you are not worth, you are not willing to do anything that can help you grow. And then you expect other people to pay attention and commit to you. You are worried when someone dismiss you and is not willing to spend time to listen what you're gonna say, but yet you do not have time to listen to yourself. For how long are you gonna disrespect yourself? Are you gonna implicitly continue telling the world that I'm not worth my time, because the world is just gonna continue to treat you and love you at the same level that you treat and love yourself? The commitment that you commit to yourself is a commitment that the other person is gonna give to you. And when it comes to attracting the love of your life, when it comes to relationships, really commitment and consistency is at the heart of everything. If you are not willing to be consistent with yourself, if you are not willing to commit to yourself, you cannot commit to life. You cannot be consistent with anything. And what that means is you are not worthy to be trusted. You're not worthy to be trusted. And if you are not gonna fight for your life, you are going to be a tool in somebody else's life. Commitment starts with you. It's the center of everything. And I remember not so long ago, I was looking at some of the beliefs that I held so close to, that I cherished and fed and nourished. And I know that there is a lot of people who does the same thing. It can be a simple belief as, I am broke, I am hurting, I don't have confidence. And if you continue to nourish that belief, if you continue to feed it, it grows. And anything that you do, your choice, your decision, they revolve around this belief. It's a no-go area. You're gonna try do things and just go around, but you ain't gonna go there, because you've already put a lock, you've locked the door and say, I'm not gonna go there. I ain't gonna change my beliefs about money. I'm gonna find a way to deal with this at its core so that I can open up to flow, because I've made a conclusion that my roots are anchored in being broke. My roots are anchored in not being confident. My roots are anchored in they are hurting me. They have hurt me. Therefore, I do not matter. I should not also spend time on myself. My growth is not important. I would rather look for someone. Look at the mistake that people are making. I will find someone who can be in a relationship with me so that they can love my brokenness. Since I don't have time to love my brokenness, I'm gonna look for someone who may love me into completion, into wholeness, but I don't have time for me because I'm too broken. And with that attitude of, I am gonna look for love, for someone to love me into wholeness, for someone to love my brokenness, you are prone to abuse. And let that sink in. Sit with that. Are you worth committing to? How do you feel if you tell yourself you're gonna do something and you don't get to do it? You start projects, you don't complete them. How does that sit with you? Is it okay because it's you to you? Or it's something that bothers you? And for how long are you gonna continue living that life? That's what I wanted to ask you today in this awakening confidence, because you matter. You are important. Your time is important to you. What you do and what you tell yourself, it's emphasizing something. And whatever that you are emphasizing between you and you, it's you telling the universe, don't pay attention to me. It's you telling your next partner, I'm not worthy being trusted. I'm not worthy being committed to. I am not worthy being investing on. Doesn't matter. Time, energy, I'm not that important. So don't be surprised when you get to experience that. Because if you are living an idea of self-love that is somewhere in the mind, you are not it. You cannot feel it. You cannot be with yourself. Then clearly something is not okay. And one other thing, again, when it comes to the power of manifestation, how we feel, if someone hasn't told you now, how you feel about yourself is the powerful, fastest manifesting power that you can ever have. When you truly love yourself, you realize that flow is easy. You realize that the universe, the people around you cannot help it, but just reflect to you what is really within you. They cannot help it. It's not you are not asking or begging for it. It's just the law. So, what is your intention going forward? Because 2022 is ending. Are you going to continue with the same attitude? Or you are willing to change things for the best and say, I am not willing to continue living my life grounding in lack, living my life grounding in fear, living my life grounding in self-disrespect, not appreciating yourself, disrespecting your abilities, your potential. And I find it quite interesting how we women can at times focus on changing someone, but we are not willing, not even changing someone, because you can't change someone, trying to change someone, than investing that time on changing ourselves so that we can feel better and great about ourselves. And when we feel great and accept who we are, we do not find the need to change other people, because we get to accept other people's individuality, or just respect it. You don't have to be the way I want. You can be yourself. If it's not for me, I'm gonna move on, but I ain't gonna try to change you. Because at times when we try to change other people, there is a message from within us that is saying there is more to us. There is something that needs to change. And the twisted part is that you think you can get that thing by changing someone. While the change is just that change that is calling you from within, is the change that is saying, pay attention to me. I did that for a long time where I was in a relationship and my focus was on changing this person or helping this person change the addiction behavior that he had. And yeah, that's where my focus was. And I realized along the way that I abandoned myself trying to fix someone. And that something more, life can be better, was just that inner voice, that inner guidance that was just saying, pay attention to you. Because when you embrace more of you, you won't have the time and capacity to tolerate this nonsense. You are tolerating it because you are thinking less of yourself. And that's golden. That's golden. That's what I wanted to ask you, and that's what I would leave with you with those questions. Does your reputation matter to you? Do you commit to yourself, start projects and complete them? Do you tell yourself the truth? Do you trust you for you? And if you feel called to say, I ain't gonna continue with this habit anymore, I invite you to send me a message and let's have a conversation. I'm inviting you for a clarity call because these are the time for her to have clarity. If there's some things that are confusing, so that you can start your next year on a different frequency, on your power. 𝐜𝐨𝐦𝐻𝐈𝐦𝐻𝐿 is my name, and I support women to rebuild after painful breakup or divorce so that they can awaken confidence, regain flow, and find true love. And if you feel this is talking to you or there is someone who can benefit from this, please let me know or let them know so that we can connect and see how we can help each other. Much love.